Hello, this is Helen of Phelan Studio, and today I have a quickie, just under 15 minutes, I think it's like 13 minutes, body weight abs class. And because it's such a short amount of time, we pack a lot of intensity into that, so I hope you enjoy. And just a little reminder, you can find this class plus over 400 other Pilates cardio stretch classes on Phelan Studio, plus my favorite mindset videos on how to approach wellness with an anti-diet mindset and still get a really killer workout. And one last thing, little fun bonus about this class is that it is foot and ankle injury friendly. So if you're like me and you have a foot injury, I tripped wearing heels the other day and fractured a bone in my foot. It happens, but you still want to get a good workout. This is absolutely the class for you. I'll see you on the mat. All right, let's get started with your quickie 15-minute body weight abs class. So you'll begin laying down on your back, and we'll find our neutral spine right away. So you want to think pubic bone and the hip points are level to the floor, dropping your rib cage into the floor, and really trying to relax through the shoulders. That's going to be super important as we move through the rest of this class. Knees right on top of the hips, one hand on either thigh bone. You're going to exhale, curl up, push as hard as you can into your thigh bones as you lift your shoulder blades off the ground, and then inhale, take it back to the floor. Exhale, curl up, pressing the hands into the thighs, but also pressing the thighs back into the hands. So you feel that connection right away to your lowest and deepest abdominals. Exhaling on that upward lift so that we're syncing our breath to our movement and getting into the deepest part of our core. And also starting to become aware of your pelvic floor here. This is really upper ab heavy, but cinch and lift through the pelvic floor to take it even deeper. And then from here, you're going to hold your curl. Try to keep your shoulder blades off the ground, though you can always put your head down if you want. And you're going to take little pulses. Exhaling, you press into the thighs. I always call these CPR presses if you're doing CPR completely incorrectly, but it's a press and a press, a really slow, elongated CPR press that's starting from my wings and from my triceps, not from my neck. So if you're feeling too necky, I definitely recommend putting the head down because I want your core to be working and your neck should be happy here. We're here for another 3, 2, 1, you're going to take both hands to your right thigh. My left hand is on top. If you instead prefer to put that left hand behind your head, that's totally fine. Exhaling, left leg extends out in front of you. Inhale, back into the chest. Exhale, reach that leg out. Inhale, fold it back in. Lift your chest even taller. Exhale, big reach, reach, reach. Press through the thighs the entire time so we feel this connection to our stable side, even as we're reaching out through that left leg. And I want this left leg to feel like someone's pulling it gently across the room. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg extended. Keep stretching it long, but separate it, widen it to the outside of your mat, and squeeze it back to the center. Can you curl your upper body up just a little bit more? Inhaling as it goes wide, exhaling as you squeeze that inner thigh back to the middle, trying not to wobble back and forth on your hips. So even weight on both sides of your pelvis, particularly that right hip, because the wider we open that left leg, the more likely we are to want to tip over there. Gazing in at your belly button, hugging your abs in a bit more. Oh my goodness, 2. And 1. Hold it there, curl up even deeper, take little pulses with the arms, CPR presses for 3, 2, 1, hug that right knee in, relax it down. Ooh, okay, we're just gonna swirl this knee around a little bit, which should feel nice on the hip flexors. We're gonna stay in this same leg setup position and we're gonna take it into a twist. So I want you to lift this leg up to tabletop, float that leg out onto your diagonal, take both hands behind the head, and try to connect your left elbow to your right thigh. Now, if you're having a hard time reaching, you can take a yoga block, squeeze that yoga block between your elbow and your knee, or you just put an imaginary yoga block there. My favorite prop, the imaginary one. So from here, you're going to take a little exhale, squeezed into the thigh to press the leg out. Inhale to fold it in. Exhale, squeeze into that right knee. So I want this to feel like it has the same connection that I felt when I had my hand on my thigh. Trying to squeeze it in, even if you're not physically touching elbow to knee, there's pressure and connection there.
Oh my goodness, our abs are gonna be on fire by the end of this. They already are. We're here for 2. Pressing out as you exhale. Now, this time it's a little different. You extend that leg out, but you're gonna flex your foot, kick the leg up, and lower it down. Now, if you have a foot injury like me, I have a foot injury on my right foot, you're not gonna flex your foot. So because this is my left leg, I can do this, but I do like the flex because it gives you a little extra stretch through that lower leg. But if your foot or ankle is injured, you're gonna wanna skip that little bit. Can you squeeze into your knee a little bit more with that left elbow? Just for 2, we're almost there. Curl up even deeper. And last one, hold it, little squeezes, pulse elbow to knee. Elbow to knee, it's super tiny, but oh my God, do we feel it? 2, 1, relax it in again. While we're here, we're just gonna take a little twist to recover, to psych ourselves up to do it again on the second side. So you're gonna take your right knee, cross your body towards the left. Just make sure this right shoulder is down on the ground. We're gonna feel a little release through our low back. I want you to try and focus on breathing into your right rib cage in particular, so that we're freeing up this whole side body area. Okay, if you're feeling ready, we'll bring it back to the middle. Okay, I'm already feeling this. I did this last night as well, so I'm good on the abs after I finish filming this. You're gonna bring the knees up to tabletop once again. We're gonna take the right hand on top of the left, curl up, extend the right leg straight, inhale, fold it back in. We're doing the whole thing again. So you already know everything we're gonna do. You made it through once, you can make it through twice. Take as many breaks as you need, press pause on me, join back in. Make modifications, make personalizations, let your head come down, keep those legs moving, maybe you skip the arm part, whatever you need to do. Good rule of thumb, the higher you reach, the more supportive, the lower you reach, the more challenging, as long as we protect that natural curvature of our spine. Trying to peel those shoulder blades off the ground. Let's get to the good part. Extend the leg out. Separate that leg about as wide as your mat. And squeeze your inner thigh back to the center. Opening it as wide or wider than the mat. And back to center. Inhale, open. Squeeze through that exhale. I want you to feel your inner thigh here as well. Can you press into your hands here for 2? 1, hold it here, little pulses. Arms, CPR presses from your wings, not from your neck. It's 2. And 1 little mini break, hug the knee in. We're gonna take it into our twist. All right, reset. Legs up in tabletop, hands behind the head, but elbow coming to the knee. Extend the right leg straight, fold it back in. Try to keep both butt cheeks here on the floor rather than tucking your tailbone under. Try to keep a good amount of squeeze from that elbow to knee or elbow to block or elbow. Even if you're here in an imaginary block, you're breathing, mouth breathing like me, into that activation, finding a little bit more resistance on each of these. Press the leg away, pull it back in for 2. We're gonna go to our kicks up. 1, now my leg reaches up. You can flex your foot if it's not injured and lower it down. Reach it up, keep both butts on the ground. I know it's tempting to lean to our favorite side here, but no favorites. Enjoy that stretch. The knee can always be as bent as you need it to be here for 2. Oh my goodness. And let's finish up with 1 last time. We hold it there and take little pulses. Upper body into the knee. Upper body into the knee. We go 3, 2, 1. Gently relax it to the floor again. Take that right into your twist on the opposite side, letting the left knee now come over to the right side of the body. A very welcome recharge after all that core work. Really ground through the left shoulder, breathing into your left rib cage. Now we're going to finish that out with a little double leg action, combining some of the moves that we've already done today. So not really anything new, just combining them together. This time both hands will come behind the head. This can all be done with your head down if you prefer, but find your curl if you want it. And we're gonna go squeezing through the inner thighs, both legs out straight in front of us. Inhale, back in. Both legs out straight in front of us. Inhale, back to tabletop. The lower those legs go, the more challenging it feels. So pick your own adventure here, but try to scoop shoulder blades up and off the ground while pressing the head into the hands to turn off the neck. We're here for 2. We add a little extra on here. Make sure your legs are at the lowest you can hold safely. So if you need to go higher, you go higher. And we separate as wide as the mat, squeeze thighs together. As wide as the mat, squeeze thighs together for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. Quick breath. Look right, look left. Keep that neck happy. We go again. We're going to add on something a little different at the end. This time, let's go into a turnout. So my heels are together. My toes are apart. I'm making a frog. I curl up just the same. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your heels together. Same press in and out, but in a little external rotation. Since we haven't really played with rotation yet today, opening up the thighs a little bit more. Just try to keep that tailbone down on the ground. The more we squeeze through those thighs, the more connected we feel to our pelvic floor. The more integrated our breath is with that core engagement. Last 2. And 1. Now come back to parallel. Lift your legs up to the sky. And lower your legs down to whatever your max is. I recommend starting small here. Go just about halfway. Make sure you're not feeling that in your low back. And then as you feel more confident, you can take that range of motion bigger. Oh my goodness. Let's go for just 3 more. Let that head be heavy in the hands. 2. 1. Let's hold it here for 5. Squeeze those inner thighs. 4. Lift up higher with the chest. 3, 2, 1. Melt to the ground. We did that. All right, the hard part is over. We're just gonna flip it over and take a little chorus. Take a little stretch through those abdominals. So take your hands underneath your armpits and you're gonna press yourself up into a little cobra swan action. Try not to sink into your low back. If you need to keep this lower, you keep it lower. And feel that release through the front line of your body, of your fascia, of your muscles. And then I always like to add a little bit of a shift from side to side so I feel my obliques release here as well. And you'll sit it back into a little child's pose for a moment if you like, before slowly articulating up the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, 1 bone of a spine, 1 bone at a time up the spine. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. Relax those shoulders down. And that's it. That is your quickie abs class. Under 15 minutes. Hope you're feeling strong, and I'll see you on Helen Phelan Studio.